Welcome, folks. We are back. Recovery Drive returns for the end of the year Christmas episode. We've got all the wizards here. They're going to talk about all the racing that's happened last week. My name is Adam Thursby. Welcome in. Joining me this week for my last show of the year. There might be one next week. I don't know. That'll be up to Huff and Retro. And currently my last show of the week, and we are coming into Christmas. I am joined by Mr. Adam Willie right there to my side. Mr. Kevin Huffman actually turned his camera on this week. Welcome him in just down below there. And you know the man, the myth, the legend, if I can get my finger to point the right way, right down there, Mr. Retro Coffin with the hair and the Porsche and the flashy lights. And joining us via audio only because no one this week wanted to see the same shirt for the 17th time.
Yeah.
How are you gentlemen this week?
Great.
I'm
I
good.
am great.
Doing good?
Good? You guys ready for Christmas? Has Santa been good to you? Do you think Santa's going to be good to you this
Oh yeah. New motorcycle.
motorcycle? Now, wait a minute. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes,
but you
you're right.
recently suffered an injury due to a motorcycle, correct? And you
Didn't learn the
decided
first time.
You didn't learn your lesson, or is that
Yeah, pretty much.
okay? All right.
Something funny about it is a bigger CC as well.
Perfect. Couldn't handle
Yeah.
the smaller one, so you said, you know what? I should just go bigger, so next time I can kill myself on it.
Yeah, of course.
Before we jump into it, let's just say, first of all, what kind of knockoff music is this? Lewis in the chat. I got to tell you, we have to be very careful on Twitch, and we upload these to YouTube afterwards. So if we play anything covered by DMCA, audio will get blanked. Folks that can't be here tonight will not be able to watch the show afterwards. We have to play things. Meaning you can. So that. Also, thank you to Welps in the chat for that. Goes on. Let's get going tonight, guys. Real quick before we really jump into everything going on at Box 3, which they're fun. We got PCACC to talk about. We've got iRacing to talk about. So many things to talk about here during the holiday season. I want to take a look here real quick. Everybody can take a look right now. I can't put the camera on him. I can in a second, but your man B Fife racing in the SRO race, currently in 13th this evening, 34 minutes. Just gotten started. I'm gonna say things second. Yeah, Mr. Brandon Pfeiffer out there racing.
He's
Shout out to him. Started in 19th, 13th, having a good race. So, but as we talk about that, let's jump back over. What do you guys want to talk about first? Really, we've had 2 weeks. This week. Plan. Still have no result.
I'm working on it. That's why I'm not really paying attention on my phone. I got the final penalty put in now. User error. My bad.
Let's talk about the ACC race at Watkins Glen. There you have an audio issue.
allegedly. I don't know.
Allegedly.
I would like to point out that Fife is driving the wrong car.
I heard that.
What is he driving? Audi?
I
Lambo?
think he's not driving a
Merc,
Porsche,
isn't
so either way it's the wrong
Yeah, he's
car.
in a Merc.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely the wrong car.
He's definitely in the wrong car.
Well, at least it's not a Porsche.
If he was driving a Porsche, he would be in the top 10 already.
Insta P1.
Correction, the McLaren, he would be instant top 10.
Nah, not in the rain. In the rain, the Porsche does better.
McLaren's very good in the rain, though.
Very rainy.
Yeah, but
Watkins. And speaking of Watkins Glen, I mean, I think everybody had at Watkins Glen. For some reason, things just happen to line up. Which one of you guys participated in the PC ACC race at Watkins Glen? Retro, Adam, did you? No?
Here.
Anderson, you did as well?
I did not.
How did that race go? I was unable to catch it. I was traveling at the time. Wasn't able to come for maybe family. But how did the race go? How was it, coming back? I mean, week 3 of PC. Certainly people getting back into it. We had a big break there. You find the races are getting better as we move through this short season? during the holidays?
Endo, take it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we had a little bit of a dip in um participation, but that's to be expected with the holidays coming up and people doing things. But in terms of like the racing itself, it does feel like everyone is like kind of getting used to each other. We have some new faces that are getting used to each other. There's still some growing pains here and there, which we see. But yeah, I think everyone's getting used to the multi-class idea, understanding lines that people are supposed to be taking, getting better at just passing overall. So yeah, I think overall it's trending positively.
Retro, how about you?
It was a tale of two days. Like Saturday with iRacing, miserable race, terrible prep. My car decided to go squirrel on their T10 and just go right when the corner goes left. Did it? I got like maybe like 2 or 3 feet in the air, and took a lot of sand and then a wall to make sure it was up to code. And that was probably the end of the day. Repairs kind of like killed me from there. And then Saturday or Sunday with ACC, it went really well. Started seventh, finished third. Was running second for a lot of it until traffic caught me. But it was definitely a fun race. I love Watkins Glen.
Walkings.
Walk-ins, walk-ins, walking,
I feel like that's my pace there. Sometimes I'm walking.
Walking
That's
Glen.
how I
walking
drive.
Glen,
Might as well be
walking
walking.
Glen. It was
Um,
it was fun.
That's good. And you did not pull. You kind of redeemed yourself from. I don't want to say the last Watkins,
Yeah,
but everyone who's been a member of the league for any amount of time knows
the
the S
S's.
is
It's still there.
and
No,
let's
because
be 100% fair. That whole pileup that happened was not
it's
your fault at all. You had a spin. You did what you were supposed to do. You stopped. You held your brakes. You waited. Everybody just kind of decided that they were not going to slow down for the yellow flag. And
well, there's a couple times, like there's a couple spots in what in the Glen. Fuck it. There's a couple times in the Glen that you'll have like blind corners. So you're like Glen, you have to just kind of like send it out of the corners because if you don't push, you'll just lose time.
okay,
And we saw it this week with the pit entry line. Somebody was heading into the pits, and the person that was spun did not see them until they were already righting themselves because it's just a blind corner. So when the ghost of the 9912 is still there, um, he was just sitting blind in a corner, and people didn't see him until it was too late.
I blame them more than
Fair enough.
I may be. But you seem to have redeemed yourself. So what I really want to ask you, and this is I think the first time um that we've had this situation because the IMSA season is our first big iRacing season.
Hmm.
Obviously we've been up for 2 years. But I want to ask you two specifically right now. How was the change? Right, going from one sim to another. Did you difficulty? And really, I want to talk about it because I want to make sure I want you guys to inform other people that you can actually. Did you find a struggle in one or the other, or had you practiced on both? What what happened?
Um, I think at least maybe Ando. Actually, both of us ran different class cars, so
Yeah.
it does feel different, obviously because of the classes of cars. Like you can eat a lot more curb in the GT3s that you can in the GTPs or LMPs. Um,
Yo,
iRacing
sorry to interrupt.
compared.
They're saying they're only hearing your audio, Adam.
No, they're saying
Huh,
they're I have audio
uh,
glitch.
Oh, I got you.
And I
Yeah,
don't know
your
okay.
why.
stream's
I'm
messing up in Discord as well. Like trying to watch your stream.
Hmm.
Just FYI. Network skill issue. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. So let's see if that helps.
Oh,
Does psychopath
so the I found, at least from what I've done in Watkins between both games, it translates. Like what you do in iRacing, you can do in ACC, and what you can do in ACC. Breaking points are about the same, and very similar feel,
Okay.
like for both sims.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that.
Okay.
Granted,
Similar
I
but
started
different.
on. Yeah.
Well, okay. So Anderson, what about you? How did you feel about between the two sims, the two races?
I mean, I'll agree with Willie that they're very different. However, I feel like it's not too bad switching into the GT4. I don't know, at least for me, it's a lot more forgiving to try and relearn. Granted, I'm not like super fast paced at GT4, but I always go into these races with like 0 practice or maybe like 10 laps. Um, just before.
Relatable.
Yep. Yep. That doesn't work for me at all. Found that.
So
Okay.
I don't know. I guess it's just like the speed difference and being able to see corners a lot easier. I don't know, because like when you're going 180 miles an hour in a GTP, things kind of fly up on you as opposed to a GT4. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure it does.
And I get they were different car classes because I understand that. I was just curious as to the impact on your. Did switching sims have an impact on either race? Do you feel it had an impact on either race?
iRacing made me terrified in the GTP of the bus stop. I've never thought of the bus stop and my line through it in the 992, but as soon as I was doing it in the 963, was like, am I gonna die now? In every lap, it was the same thing.
We saw Ando like go sideways. He was on 2 wheels half the time going through there.
That was
And your
more than half the
Camaro.
time. It was like 3/4 of the time I was up on 2 wheels.
Awesome. Like I said, I was just curious to see what if you guys felt it impacted the race. I know a lot of drivers don't want to switch sims, right? They pick one or they pick the other because they're afraid of that change, right? And so knowing that you guys are
Change
able to
is
pull it off, you're
scary.
able to go in and do your races, I think is a good thing for
Yeah,
Change
I jump back and forth a lot, man. I'm like maining 3 sims right now.
we never see you race. What are you talking about? You're
I was
like me,
racing with
guys.
Night,
them the other
Don't
dude.
lie.
day.
Like we don't
Yeah.
race.
I raced with Bobby last night. I raced with Willie the other day.
Wait, he means we don't see you in the league.
No, because
I think that's what I
I'm
meant.
usually managing them or like weekends for me or like, other stuff, other obligations, family,
Yeah.
whatnot.
Same
I
here.
ignore my family to do this.
Didn't
They're overrated most of the time.
Oh, do not speak too loudly or my wife will hear. Not need that.
No, you don't.
So let's talk about ACC a little bit and jump over to the current results for this weekend's at Watkins Glen. GT4s, let's start there first. Tobias Gable wins it out with Mark Hoyer second, and Gasolina returns in third in GT class. Jace Wright, Nico Levala, Brandon Pfeiffer. Interesting to see Fife in. Again, we haven't. These shows have been sporadic here towards the end of the year, but Fife is usually a surprise. Timothy Glendon, Sebastian Handler, Will Brunner, and Anthony Anderson. Another surprise. Ando, you cannot have been happy with that result. I mean, top 10, but I used to seeing you a little higher in the standings.
Hold on, what
My good sir.
was I not? Did that penalty? Wait, hold on. Or am I mixing up races here?
Oh, looks like it. Yeah,
No,
it looks like it. It looks like that
did I
penalty.
lose 3
Ando wash
positions?
confirmed.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
Oh,
more than 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got you.
What penalty is? Man, and I lifted too. Man, I should have fought that.
You got what, plus 10? Yeah.
Plus
Plus 10. I
Yep.
do
lifted.
Should have lifted more, bud.
100%. So there's your top 10 for the GT4 class. Let's switch over to the G3 Pros before we get to the standings. According to Mr. Huffman, Charlie Booth just ran with it in the Lambo this week at Watkins Glen. Frederick Dahlander in second. Retro Coffin, there he is,
Yep.
taking the Porsche to the podium.
Yeah, retro.
Oh,
Gotta be
props
happy.
to Dahlander. Like that.
That
We
dude's
were
mega, man. He's
so
quick.
so I ran second place for most of the race, and he was, I think, like 7 seconds back in the last 5 laps or so. And he kept pushing, and traffic kept catching me, and he managed to pass me in the last corner. Props to him. That was
Yeah.
good.
Wow,
Good
nice. Yeah, I
recovery.
see the very short, should say the very small
Yeah, it was about 0.3. Yeah,
Excellent. But still, podium finish for Retro in Porsche.
I'll take it.
The number 937. Drew Burakovsky coming back in the Lambo in fourth, and Bodek fifth. Dolaterov, Pietro Jacob Kennedy, Rick Pixel, and Pierre Petroleum in 10th.
Wow.
Respect.
How have you guys felt about using the BOP?
I wanted to ask that same question, Adam. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how these guys have been feeling about the BOP that's been running this season.
You assume that I pay attention to those things.
I mean, we see a Porsche P3 that usually doesn't deserve to be up there with you and Dollander.
Hey, sir. I'll have you know, I finished P2 in the last season. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm more thinking Petroleum. I mean, even in P10 in the Nissan though, like
yeah,
you don't see that, right?
I love seeing it, man. I love the diversity.
Didn't we have a 488 on
Yeah,
track?
there's old legacy cars out there too. So you might see some familiar brands, but they might be like the old 720 or like the 650. I don't think we have a 650 out there.
No, I don't.
That'd be sweet. I would shake that man's hand, whoever was.
I know we have a 488.
I'm just sad we don't have a Bentley on there.
Mm-hmm.
That was.
Where's the Lexus Love?
I know. Wasn't there not one Lexus earlier, or like didn't he show up race one?
I think there was one in race one.
Not on the list.
I may show up for NERB? Question mark maybe.
No, you won't.
I know. You're not
Seriously,
wrong.
guys, I don't know. I've made some filter changes. I do not know what is wrong with my mic. There should be no issue. I'm seeing tracking every time I talk. So that's what should be. And zero.
You sound fine on my end. Like here in Discord, you sound great.
You're fine.
Lewis is.
He's probably just effing with you.
Lewis is trying to pressure you into something again, like you did for the Watkins race with the temps.
Oh my God,
that's what it is.
So hot. Yeah, that's what happens to asphalt when it's full sun.
Yeah, that's what happens in America.
That's right. America. We got all the sun. You guys just don't. So let's go look before I move on from here. Let's go look at the standings. Race 3 down. There's only 4 for this season, right, Huff? There's only 4 races.
Yeah, short little quick season. This was mainly like honestly just like a test. I've been trying to push multi-class. Why are you confused?
I'm looking at the results on my screen right now, and there are 4 rounds, but
it's
due to the result correction. I'll get it cleaned up a bit, but it's where I broke things.
You broke
That's
things.
Why I named it. I did.
But
I broke it, but I fixed it. It's cool, man.
Tobias Gable leads out the GT4s with 85. Yo, Tobias PG is just hammered down.
Yeah.
In that Ginetta.
Ginetta OP, even with the BOP applied.
Yes, Gasolina in second with another Ginetta, and Giovanni Maria Filiberti in third right now, holding podium in GT. Jace Wright, Brandon Pfeiffer in fifth. Who we got? Lanza, Hoyer, Lepola, Timothy Glendinning, and Anthony Anderson.
Well, I missed the second race, so.
And they're washed. Didn't that cost you a race or a spot last season?
It costed me a championship win missing a race.
Yeah.
Well, we're seeing a trend, and maybe you shouldn't miss races.
Well, this one, I know I'm not winning any championships.
Obviously.
Like maybe next time that you have something come up, be like, I'm sorry, the last 2 times it has cost me. Like, you're not that important.
Like, seriously, I need to be here for these races.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had to miss last week, and usually I'm pretty mega involved in them, but I did have to miss this one. I listened to the stream though.
Let's take a look at B-class. Frederick Dahlander is winning right there, but only 2 points over Charlie Booth. That 7th place finish in
Palm Tree washed.
Race. Yeah, Palm Tree just hammered down with 7th place. We got John Gray in third right now, but he did not start this lap. Brian Canopin, I tuned into the stream. I think it was not this past Saturday, or not this past Sunday, but the one before, and saw esports legend Brian Canopin back on track. That was fantastic. But in fourth with a 16th place finish and missed the first race. Retro Coffin. Got to pick it up a little bit.
No, that's all I've get. I'm out for the next race, so that's where I'll finish.
Well, no.
I gotta
Rick
my
Pixel's gonna go buy you if he.
yeah, I'm gonna have to. That's 27's all I get.
Rick Pixel in 6, John Tracy, Drew Barakovsky, Ivan Zolotarov, and Jonas Rothman are your top 10. So a good spread there, but again, first and second within 2 points. Hopefully these
Yep,
two show up for the Dollander
that's
and
good.
Yeah,
be fan.
it's a scrap as well as
I
John. You never know what could happen.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what? I should have. Yeah, I'm glad he got P2 because I rather a Porsche be in P1 anyway. Well, Booth switched teams on us, so you know, I'm
Yeah.
gonna root for the Porsche every time.
I know
Hey,
that's
to
what
be
you.
fair, he had a reason. He was, Box 3 esport driver, A-team driver, if you will. Lambo squad was deep.
I can't drive that car. It's just I can't see out of
I
it.
love it, man.
I
It's
just
really good.
can't see out of it.
I drove the Lexus, so that's like
I will.
massive increase
I
in
will.
FOV.
If I have if I'm obligated to drive the Lambo, I will use the hood cam or something else than the
Oh
cockpit
Lord. Third
because
person view coming here looking like blue.
I can't see out of it. It's just understeer. It's just understeer galore and like blind. Any left hand turn is just like the apex is coming somewhere. I don't know.
There are
We'll
more
find
than
out.
left turns.
Yeah, well, America.
I
We're gonna
know,
talk about
right?
oval racing in a little bit, but coming. Let's finish out talking about PCACC. So, race 4, January 7th. We're gonna take a little break here for the next 2 weeks, get through the holidays, and then January 7th of 2024, the Nürburgring. It's been a minute in ACC for a Nürb race. Huff, you said you might think about joining. Retro,
Yeah.
Anderson, you guys ready for the Nurb? And Willie, are you going to participate? Maybe just catch into one race here as you have healed up and ready to rock and roll again?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Yeah. If I'm right, and I think I gotta check the calendar and stuff. I have a family reunion Christmas party that day, so I'll be
On
out.
January 7th?
We
Do you
just
know? Do you know how Puerto Rican Christmas work?
It's like
no.
Doesn't it start like
extended reverse
December 1st
Hanukkah.
until January
They
31st or
they
something like that?
no they yeah exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, retro. We just went over this. You just need to cancel that.
Yeah, man.
We,
Get your
we
priorities
literally
together. Come
talked
on, man.
about it. For
Like
Anderson.
Huff said,
You've had
families
2
are
weeks.
overrated.
Oh,
Oh
man.
man.
Well,
We
okay.
are
So,
your
Retro, you're not
family.
going to participate. Anderson, are you ready for the Nürburgring?
Always ready for the Nürburgring.
Excellent.
This is all a very elaborate ploy for everybody not to think I'm gonna be there.
There you go.
Oh, so maybe they don't
There you
practice
go.
as hard.
Yeah, there you go. I hope it rains
Hey,
too.
hey, I'm terrible at Nürburgring. To be fair, like if I do show up, I was never good at that track.
The Nürburgring is a great time. I like it because it's one of those you get to play chicken with people and break bias
Hmm
and where are we breaking? It's like
How big are
when
your
yeah,
balls up?
Cojones.
You know what I
like
mean? Pretty
when
much.
you want to break, let's do it. Like
Yep.
if you're anywhere I don't know about the 992 because I haven't really driven it hard there, but in the 1.2, if you're anywhere within 2 car lengths of the 1.2 Porsche, like I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna crank it down to 43 and we're just gonna dive into that corner and figure out what happens.
Are you going to hit anybody?
Um,
Probably.
door bangs are
Likely.
okay. Door bangs
That's
are
right.
fine.
Rubbing
Rubbin's
is
racing.
racing, indeed.
Yes. And we're going to talk a little bit about stewarding.
Ooh.
okay.
But I want to, before we move on to the iRacing season and our race at Watkins Glen that we had on Saturday, I do want to
Mhm.
talk to you fine folks. Actually, Huff, I think Huff, you and Anderson more than anybody
Squirrel.
here, because we spoke about the Nürburgring.
Mhm.
It's been hinted at, I guess confirmed at this point, that the
Oh yeah.
entire coming to 8,
Oh yeah.
All of it.
all of it.
The
So
All of it.
entire
we
in its
don't know.
entirety, all its glory.
It is going to be fantastic. Now, we don't know when yet, right?
Marchish, springish.
March-ish.
In the rain at night. That's all I
So
know.
confirm for
Damn right I
me
do.
that once we have a date, once we have a release date,
Mm-hmm.
that Box 3 is going to come together for a 24-hour multi-class psychopathic
This
session
is
at the North
big
Shore.
facts, dude. All true. Check. I don't want to
Awesome.
spill too many beans on it, but yes, it is happening. Yes, confirm. We obviously got to wait on the exact date of when in spring 24 it will be. But we're currently working, like I said, not too much bean spillage, but we're currently working with a couple of other communities in the background for a pretty fantastic. I'll let that one go. Fantastic 24-hour race.
Let's go.
24-hour event. It's not a race, man. You guys know how it is. 24 hours are events. It's not a race.
It's an event because we're going to be here for the whole thing. I will
get your campfires ready, marshmallows, alcoholic
Hopefully,
beverages,
all I
catheters,
ask-
the whole nine.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I mean?
If you
let's talk
start a
about it.
campfire in your house, just have a fire extinguisher nearby.
Yeah, safety
Don't
first.
put it in
Box 3 is not held responsible for any fires caused by this announcement.
Retro, is your PC the campfire with
Yeah.
cable
Yeah.
wires?
I have
Yeah,
fire
it's
extinguisher nearby.
basically waiting to become a campfire at any moment.
Safety
yeah.
first.
But yeah, end of the day, like I'm super looking forward to it. It's the world's greatest racetrack. It's the proving ground of a car. To be real, it's gonna be
Billy
fun.
just made a harsh face at you for saying that. Like,
Yeah.
It
but
is.
at the same
End
time,
of the day,
I
where
kind
does
of
a race car
agree.
get tested and tuned at? End of the day.
I kind of agree with
Come on.
Huff on this. Like,
Stop.
you can literally go it's so long. It's just now for someone like me
That's what she
who's slow, it's a nice country drive, right? For you guys
Yeah.
that actually compete, it's like how fast can I go through however many corners, whatever it is.
What are
It's a different
kilometers,
Delta
sir?
chasing 153 corners or whatever it is instead of
Yeah.
like 20. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It is.
What are kilometers?
What the
Fuck
F
the
is a
F.
liter?
Yeah, what is
Gotcha,
a
Ando.
kilometer?
So
Hey, I'm even wearing my Williams gear right now, represent for the
Let's-
American F1 driver. That is Logan. And all his memery.
He has the
Oh,
same
man.
first name as Wolverine, so we're good.
There you go.
That's right.
No, but I'm just excited, and like I said, Huff, the minute we have a release date, please give me a date.
Oh, yeah,
because
for sure, dude.
I
I've been
loved
keeping
our
you
last,
tapped in on that. Yeah.
I loved our last 24, which again only made it 21.
Mhm.
Whatever, it's not our fault. There's nothing we can do about it. But my point being is, your point, it is an event. So I just wanted to put that back in people's minds as they watch us here tonight. Yeah, it's a ways out, but it's a 24-hour race, man. This is an event. You're gonna have myself. I have no doubt that Whelp Cakes in the chat, Mr. Philip Milwee, will be joining me at least during portions of this.
Oh, yeah.
To do this race. We'll have other people in to kind of take over and watch, and it's just gonna be so much fun. It's been 18 months so far since we've done a 24. Like, it's been a while.
It's been a
right?
hot minute. Yeah, it's been
It
a hot
has.
minute.
RIP our server, man. I'd do one every other week if the
RIP.
servers would hold it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's the
Emperor.
thing.
Appreciate you.
I think after the last one, we kind of didn't do another one because we didn't want to have that server issue. Right?
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
I think this one is
iRacing.
worth it. Even if the server crashes.
But it's expensive, Adam. You remember?
Yeah, it is. I know.
Wow. Wow.
we were making fun of that the other day.
But even if the server craps out on us at 21 hours, I still think it's so worth it for this.
For
right?
sure.
For the entire Nordschleife, for the launch of Nord, I think is going to be great. And I hope we're planning multi-class.
Yeah,
No.
GT2's confirmed. So
maybe
Yeah, we got a
maybe,
new
maybe
class.
3 classes.
Yeah,
maybe 3
buddy.
classes.
Yep. The pit box is going to be massive, and server can hold a fair amount of cars. So
Okay.
we're thinking roughly 70-ish mark.
Okay.
And to Lewis's
Alright.
comment in the chat, iRacing is not better in every way. Having that
There's
front. However,
To each his own. They
Each
each
his
bring
own.
something different
you're
to the table.
I'll
But-
tell you this from a driver that does both.
okay.
They both have their perks. They both
Mhm.
have the things that they don't do well.
Yep.
But if you experience both, you will find something in each that you will like.
Yep.
Accurate. 100%.
Big facts,
philosophy.
Retro. Speaking
That's
the
all I will
truth,
say.
preach.
Amen.
Not wrong.
Retro is such a beauty. Such a beauty.
The hair is majestic.
Hey.
The hair brings wisdom. And that
Yeah, but
drink,
just-
he's
I
like,
think
yeah.
Here for you.
I still want
no,
to cut the
but
cost.
speaking of iRacing and in regards to Nordschleife, pay attention for the first of the year. Trying to put out some polls and some questions to the iRacing side of the league that about a Norseland. I've had some pushback from people like Anderson who are just bitches, if I can be honest. But we already had kind of had the conversation. Folks seem to be on board, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
You missed the whole message I was putting
No, the whole
out with
message you were trying to put out
my
was
argument.
you're a bitch and don't want to do it.
Oh.
And that's fine. You don't have to participate. But if you don't want to see MX5s on track with GTP cars, there's something wrong with you.
No. Who said MX5s and GTPs on the same track? No.
Yes.
Molson did.
No.
Thank you, Retro. Thank
No.
you.
12 classes.
No.
12
He
classes.
wants 12 classes.
12 classes.
I mean, we can make it like a fun 1 hour thing, but I swear to God.
I'm not going to do a 24 like that. No.
Okay.
No. We're
You
talking
scared
like
me. Yeah, I was.
We're talking like a 2-hour
Woo.
team event, like two drivers, 1 hour each. We go from Formula V
man.
all the way up to GT.
So how many times can an MX5 get lapped?
Does it matter?
1 lap in 2.5 hours.
Look, Lewis is on board. Lewis already said he's.
Okay.
What do you guys reckon? Though it would do like probably what 11-minute lap.
You know,
It's quite slow.
you know what I
Probably.
really like to take around the Nürburgring? The garage Camaro from Le Mans. Like if we had
Garage
that
56.
car, that
yeah.
would be.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be something. And you know what I'm gonna be blasting the whole time is gonna be Freebird on
I
replay.
do it.
Yep.
You tried to get me to
Like
join
that-
you earlier today with Freebird.
That needs to happen. Oh, we did in was it Gateway,
Yeah,
Illinois racetrack. Yep, it was a great time.
yeah.
I
I
mean-
blew my engine.
So.
I wasn't gonna call that out, but I'm like 20 minutes into the race. I'm like, yeah, hey, this car runs hot around here. Like you have to watch it. He's like, no, my thing is not telling me anything. I'm like, okay. 10 laps later, it's like I see smoke coming out of this car. It's like, yep, there goes his engine.
Awesome. Well, guys, let's get through the talking about Watkins Glen. Let's jump over to iRacing past weekend. Watkins, all 3 classes. I don't know why Willie's throwing his arms up. He's very happy. It's probably that second place finish behind Gerham Rice first.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
What's up, Retro?
He's
Oh, I was gonna interject.
broke
and-
the
and
cameras.
broke
Let
the cameras,
everybody.
guys. I'm just gonna
Yep.
I'm gonna put it out
Cameras
there.
are
This is
broken.
not my fault.
Yo,
Huff
you switched
literally
screens. I
broke
went
the
to get a
cameras.
drink. I'll be right back. Hold
Why
on.
did
Um,
you didn't have to turn your camera off?
I'd
here. I'll
like
be in
to.
both of them. It's
Literally
okay.
broke the camera.
I'd like to point out that B5 is currently P9 with 4 minutes 20 seconds left.
Look at
Let's go,
that
Fife.
guy.
Nice.
B Fife represent. Let's talk
No,
about GTD real
yep.
quick though. There, Huff turned his camera back on. Thank you.
Apologies.
Adam
on,
Williams
hold on.
second, Marcus Jutz
Yeah.
third,
Yeah.
Robert Lewis, Killian Cornely, Ruben. No, did not participate. Just the top 5.
Yep, top 5.
Great turnout, Willie. Apparently, you like Watkins Glen.
I do.
Awesome.
It sucks that he stole my fastest lap on his last lap of the race, though.
Oh,
I was
Did
pretty
he-
salty about it.
Did he do a pit stop and just like go for a fastest lap?
I don't believe so.
Okay, fair enough. Do some F1 fastest lap 1 point here.
And I was looking at our average times, and if I didn't spin out a couple of times, I think I may have been able to be a lot closer to him.
Okay.
how many times did you spin out?
Twice.
Hey, same time.
Yeah, except I didn't hit a wall.
I was checking and making sure that they were up to code. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Crash test is what you're saying.
That's what I did. That was my job on Saturday.
LMP2 class in iRacing. Dylan Bittman takes another one. Lewis Ricard, Anthony Anderson in third, hitting a podium there. Anderson, good job, buddy.
There you go.
Ah.
He may not be washed.
Well, if I
In ACC.
calculated my pit stop a little better, I was off by 1 lap. I probably could have had P2 doing a 1-stop strategy instead of a 2, but I was
Wow.
off by 1 lap. So I had the pit on the
So,
last
so you,
lap.
you had an extra pit stop?
LMP2s had to do 2 if you went full
Okay.
beans.
Gotcha.
Why would you not?
So I was
Well,
lifting coasting the whole second stint.
yeah.
I missed it by 1 lap.
Yeah, like Watkins has enough hard braking points that you could lift and clutch T1, the bus stop. Like there's a lot of spots that you could lift and clutch, not just coast. It's like, oh, okay.
Garrett Skinner, Flip Van Zyl, Steven Smith, Matthew Thomas, all finishing that race. Watkins, GTPs.
No,
Look at this
don't look
week
at me.
as we
Yep,
wait for
don't.
this to load because SimGrid gets slow sometimes. Andrea Rosa, Alex Witt, Daniel Carvalho in the top 3. Brandon Pfeiffer, Alex Martin, Gian Cardoso, Hamlet, and Retro Coffin with only 16
Eighth.
laps in.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
What
it was a
happened,
bad day.
buddy?
We
So
died.
it's yeah, no, I died twice. So what I mentioned about the bus stop, that was my first faster pair. And then T10, and I was overtaking this Ferrari, and it looked magnificent from his view because he's getting ready to take T10, and here comes a 963, overtakes him, and then the rear end just decides to wiggle and say squirrel, and there's something to the right. Everything goes left, and then there goes a 963 off to the right, get some air, and just decided to wall check. It's like I have to do a wall inspection.
Okay.
It was amazing. You
It
had to
was
watch it from the Ferrari's
it
view.
was it honestly has been a rough week at work, and I've been exhausted, and I got zero almost practice. I joined the session barely halfway through practice, so
Hold on,
not gonna not gonna do that one again.
so Retro, you wrecked in all 3 races this weekend.
No. I had a
Yeah.
clean uh
And SR8?
ACC. No, ACC.
Oh, did you? Oh, well, I know the SR8 you wrecked.
Oh, dude, this was the first time I was like, this car drives like hell. Like, what? How do you downshift?
What?
This is a silly car to drive.
SR8 is so much fun.
Well, you drive on the right-hand side, but your console and your limiter and stuff are in the center, and then you have to like heel toe, but not really. But who knows? It's such a weird car.
And then you spin out and somebody comes around the turn, hits you, and lands on the roof and goes all the way
Oh
down the road.
yeah, I forgot about that.
We're not
Yeah.
talking about radicals right now. What are we doing? We're talking about the IMSA season. You guys are driving me nuts.
That was great.
It's
It
fun.
is like trying to herd cats tonight. I swear to God, Huff, you need to take some kind of command and
Every
control here.
time. Every time. It is
It
it is our
was.
charm. It is our
I had
charm.
I had fun looking at the asphalt though.
All right. Well, with
Mm,
Watkins done, let's talk about overall standings in each class real quick and get through these. So GTD, Guillaume Reese leads right now. Robert Lewis ways behind, man. Reyes is just in 1-1-2-1-1. Cat is showing out
he's
and
out.
just
He's gone.
smoking in the
Gone.
GTDs. 100%. Robert Lewis in second. Killian Hornley in third. Carapato and Marcus Yotz fifth.
Yep.
BTD is pretty well spread out. Let's look at LMP2s real quick because you guys got to
Hold
be
on,
up there. Dylan Bittman
hold on.
is
Why is
just
that DSQ next to my name still? Huff.
Because you have done too
no, that
many
wouldn't be Huff.
things
That would be
outside
me.
of sim racing.
Yeah, seriously,
What the
like
heck,
broken
Molson?
arms and
You need to figure out your priorities and
weekend.
just yeah. Wow,
No,
that's
we can remove that disqualified. Dylan Bittman
Okay.
though in LMP2 is just running away with it.
yeah.
He
Wow.
looks like the guy who's always on in binary. Just ridiculous. Lewis Ricard in second, which Lewis talking a lot of smack in the chat against Anthony, but yet can't keep up with Dylan Bittman. And speaking of which, Lewis Ricard in second, Anthony Anderson in third, with Jarrett Skinner and Flip Van Zyl rounding out the top 5. So Anderson, I think you just need to beat Lewis Ricard. Like I need
well,
you to do that.
what's the next race? I forget.
I will figure it out here in a minute. Over
Oh,
this
I think it's
weekend.
Canadian, isn't it?
Oh
I'm not
yes,
very.
it's Canadian
Yeah.
Oh
Tire
God,
Motorsport.
North
Okay.
America.
I'm not very great at
Amer-
Canadian.
it- it's-
I wouldn't.
it's
I wouldn't bank
America.
on it, Molson.
Oh, you got to figure
It's
it out and
America
beat Lewis
North.
Richard. These
Would
whippersnappers
not bank
talking
on
smack.
that.
Anderson, I can't handle it. 16-year-old kids, just maybe we just ban them.
Oh wait,
he
he's
says,
not racing
I'm
Canada.
not racing Canada. Perfect.
There you go.
There's
There
your
you go.
opportunity, man.
It's all part of a ploy to make you think he's not going to be on track.
The smoke and mirrors.
Right? Let's take a look at GTP. Alex Witt, Daniel Carvalho, and Brandon Pfeiffer lead on the podium right now. But I want to say this gap, 1530 to 1480, with IMSA score.
It is. Yeah.
That's
A
tiny.
couple 100 points.
Yep, it's real small. Brandon Pfeiffer at 1360 and third. Retro Coffin, there you are, my man. You've got
Hey.
opportunity to land podium this season.
Do what you can. You just do. This is an exploratory season for Coral Cove, and we're happy. We're elated to be top 5.
Well, speaking of top 5, Ethan Hamlet, right behind you though, 35 points.
You just do what you can. Actually, Ethan, I was hoping he was gonna get the 3-peat. He's got 1-1 in Long Beach, and he stormed Long Beach with the 1 stop, and Laguna he took it, and I was kind of rooting for him to take the 3-peat. So
Oh.
that's we both had rough
Listen,
races in Watkins.
Cadillacs
Yeah, he did.
podium.
You know
an
what?
Acura chasing you, like you kind of like, given how you are with that flag behind you,
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying you at this point kind of represent. That's all I'm
Oh,
saying.
we're having fun.
Well,
We're having a good time.
it's all about good fun, but you also kind of represent.
It's
or
just 100 points of Pfeiffer.
it is
90.
only 100 points to fight for. It's less than 100 points.
Yeah, we got like
You
what,
should think
3 or
about.
4 races back. It'll be
You
all
got
right.
more than that, sir. Let's get down here.
It'll buff
So
out.
we just had Watkins. Yeah, CTMP is next on December 30th. Right before the new year. I will be there to cover that with hopefully Mr. Philip Milwee. If he's not available, that's okay. Then we head to Miami in the new year on January 13th.
Yeah.
January 27th,
Yeah.
Road America.
Oh yeah.
BIR
go.
comes up on February 10th. The 24th.
There's some bangers
of
in
February,
there.
Indianapolis.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got
yeah.
some good ones towards the end.
And Road Atlanta
Mm.
ends on
Road
March
Atlanta.
9th.
Now,
Love
Oh,
Road Atlanta.
Not a great
I'm
racing
very-
left in the MCC.
yeah, I'm very interested in there's a CTMP. You made it sound cooler. Yeah, you made it sound way cooler than I did.
CTMP.
So I just bought that track today. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
In Miami, who knows how that will roll. But VIR
Yikes.
is a very fun track. I don't know that GTPs run it. I don't think they do in real life.
No.
So it'll be very
Miami?
interesting to see. No, VIR.
Oh, VIR. Sorry.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting, and we're working on our special Indianapolis livery and Road Atlanta. That's a banger every time, no matter what car.
Such a good track.
Yeah, Road Atlanta is underrated in the.
Uh,
You want to talk about best tracks in the world? Like Road Atlanta deserves a shout.
Mid Ohio.
Yeah,
Road
that's a good
Atlanta,
one.
Road America. Talking about like yeah, they're banger tracks every time.
Every
Supposed to say, I think my favorite for the rest of the season would be Road America.
Well, Lewis, I know he says that Miami isn't a suitable track. I think the other option was Lime Rock, which was
Which was going to
absolutely
require everyone switching to GTD for the weekend, right? And,
Yeah,
And to be honest,
my,
Miami got selected because that's what drivers voted on.
listen.
That's what
I
everybody
would
voted. I mean, that's what the majority voted on.
I
Was
would
to
be
go
s-
to Miami. So
I would be super happy to have a race in Down Under Phillip Island or Belle Isle. That would still I'd be willing to take a pole mid-season.
I think I know why Lewis doesn't want to go to Miami.
Hmm.
Track temps.
It's gonna be hot. It's
It is.
Well,
it's gonna be hot.
He's like,
Lewis
how
and
was
I
it
both
80
said
in the winter?
Coda. Coda's way hotter.
Coda, Coda's great, and
I like Coda.
Coda's a lovely track. It really is. There's a lot of fighting to be had in Coda.
Stuck with Miami.
That's okay.
Are we?
We are.
We can?
We are.
Can we?
No, we're not gonna. Listen, we threw up like 3 or 4 or 5 tracks
All right. The
for people to
only
vote
reason,
on.
the only
Coda,
way
I
that I'll
can't make
be
a poll with 20 options. Like Coda
okay.
wasn't in there.
So
I'm just
if for me to be set with Miami, you have to sing the Miami Bienvenido a Miami kind
I
of
don't know.
song.
I don't know what that is.
I will feed you the lyrics. Don't
Is
worry.
that a
Okay.
Miami
I'll,
Sound
I'll,
Machine thing?
I'll
Can
send it to you, and then you have to say
can I
Mr.
do a whole
Worldwide.
Miami Sound Machine Gloria Estefan thing for that, or does that
You
work for
can
you?
absolutely,
All right, Pitbull.
absolutely. Hey, Fife is rating with a party of 4. 5, how'd you do? Fucking hit here in the chat.
He did ninth, man.
Really,
I
dude?
think he
Yeah,
finished ninth.
yeah,
Yeah, I put it in the chat a little bit ago.
yeah.
Let's say
He
Nice.
rated with a party 9.
We might
and,
have him in here. He might join us. He said he would probably
Yeah,
join
please
us if he could. So
hop on,
we'll get him in here. 100%.
hop on.
let's say I'm one of those party members.
I may or may not be one of those, but hey, we're here and we support our community, and that's what
We
matters.
do.
Red Rider language. Who are you, Steve Rogers? I can't. Got 9th Boise.
Well,
Hey, just because I got in timeout before this doesn't mean I have to watch my language.
There you go. Fife said he'll be here in a moment.
there's yep, no. Continue.
So here's the thing. Miami's the track. It's set. We're done.
Uh-huh.
One other thing I want to talk about with the IMSA season. I announced the last recovery drive that as long as a driver participated in at least 8 of 11 races, they would be entered to
There he is.
moment. They would be entered into a drawing for a $100 iRacing gift card. I had somebody hit me up on the side, and I wanted to address it tonight, and I've got to hit them back and let them know we did. That said, hey, could you split it up between classes or do something like this? So here's the thing. Because of the way I announced it, it's a single $100 gift card. We're going to stick with that for the MCC. Okay. However, Anderson, I believe you and Blue are working on a WEC for the spring summer after IMSA finishes. So maybe you guys want to do something similar, but look to split it up between classes. I just wanted to address that real quick because, again, I've been asked like once or twice, and maybe probably should have split it up, but you know what? We're just going to throw it all at one person.
Oh,
because that's what was already announced.
Speaking of which, Molson, I want it to be on the record that if I am eligible and I win said prize, I want it to be redrawn to a community member.
Staff, you can't be.
I know.
Although we're going to do it live on this show.
Well, that okay, cool. So that worked
with
out.
a random spinny wheel.
Cool.
Right?
Awesome. That works out.
So your name might be on the wheel just because I'm going to throw them all on there. But the point being is we're going to do it live here. There's no hiding it or anything like, you know, there's no, oh yeah, Retro 1. Like we can't do that because we're literally going to do it live on stream.
Yeah, because I'm going to be upset and I don't want it to come to me.
Nobody wants to. You're a Porsche guy. You'll just buy more Porsche.
Only enlightened human beings who have seen the light and are followers of our gospel may join me.
Lewis, are you the community member in question? No, you are not. It was somebody completely different. Unless you DM'd me specifically about this. No, it was there was somebody.
Hey, there's a fun team up gonna come up. There was some people moving towards Porsche lately.
Oh my god! Stop with the.
We're we're gonna do some stuff. Daytona 24 coming up. We're gonna be doing some stuff.
Do what? Just a bunch of Porsches? You just put a whole bunch of Porsches on the track?
Yeah, we're gonna have every Porsche that they've come out with.
If there was no other cars but Porsches on track, that'd be fucking lovely.
I think.
Boy, I have lost the plot tonight, Huff.
Huff's not helping you.
He's not helping me. The train is off the rails now at this point with the F-bombs and everything else. I guess it's a holiday edition. recovery drive here at Box
Listen,
3.
you're just lucky that we're not doing the Twitch meta with the whole undercut shirtless thing. So
No, I have my Christmas sweater on. So does not gonna do.
next one, New Year's, we might do the Twitch meta thing.
Maybe.
Adam, lift your sweater up to where it's like just at the 5-foot mark.
Yeah, you
That
just
would-
have to like
That's the mark.
have to be teasing.
Right there. Had to find it. Oh,
I
Oh my
might I
god, I
might
can't.
I might start a retros fund for the best finishing Porsche. Oh, actually, we might raffle some Porsche prizes.
Maybe New Year's we'll just do. I'll do
some Porsche
like I'll just
prizes.
bring
Retro.
recovery
Yeah,
drive over to my like. I'll just sit in the rig with no pants. That
Don't you do
Retro.
that anyway?
You
that
gotta make
almost
sure you have
happened.
a loaf of bread retro, if you know what I mean.
we watched that stream together, and it was bread loaf massaging.
oh my.
You know what, Molson? We just need to do a calendar, a Box 3 calendar.
Do we need? Yeah. Do
Oh,
we need to do a
Lord.
calendar?
I think we do.
I think we
For
need
charity, guys.
100%.
Yep.
Yo, yeah, 100% for charity. We should do a calendar. Except
Mhm.
I think. Oh god, I can't. 'Cause all I can see is for those of you who watch this, all I can see is Shorzy. Well, if I'm abroad looking at it greased up and with their tarps off, I can't right now. Something. So something I want to bring to you guys tonight. I did want to discuss this tonight because there have been the messages sent, questions asked, and
Mm.
things
Mm.
said that maybe is a little inside baseball, but I know the community watches this show. I know the drivers, even if they're not watching live now, they're gonna watch. They may watch it after. Not
Yep.
everybody comes and watches. I thought it was something we should. That is stewarding. So
Okay.
first of all, I want to say one thing. Hats off to Retro. He is our lead.
100%.
He is our lead steward and
Absolutely.
has been absolutely banging it out of the park, taking over that role, making sure that not only is he pulling clips, he's engaging people, the other stewards, to make the votes that decide the penalties and all these things. And it's not an easy job, and he has absolutely been hammering down on it. So thank you, sir, for your
Hey.
dedication to the league.
Hey,
Um,
to me, I'm gonna touch on that. I'm gonna cut you
Go
off
ahead.
right there, real
No,
quick.
go ahead, man.
Like,
Because you know what? I need to
to
pour a
me,
little
that
more
sets a
alcohol. So you
standard.
guys
Like,
talk, and I'll be right back.
for real, I'll take another drink while we indulge
Perfect.
in this conversation. That sets the tone of racing throughout series. If you have quality stewarding, if you have structure, that sets the tone for how people behave on track. It's not going to happen day one. It may not happen race 2, race 3. It will happen. People will eventually, I don't want to say fall in line, but
Ye-
just like get used to the system. You know what I mean?
So
And the racecraft and the driving will eventually reflect that.
I'll raise my hand and I'll say I couldn't do it without the stewarding team. They
Mhm.
already know who they all are. I thank them today. They all take time out of their day to evaluate incidents, and you know we just want to make the community better. We just want to
For
make the
sure.
racing better.
100%, dude.
We're here for you. Ideally, we don't want to deal with any of you. We dream of the day that we have completely a full season to sit back and say that was a good race. We don't want to give out penalties. Um, that being said, um, we're here to serve you, all of you. We're here to make your experience fair. We're here to make your experience enjoyable. At the end of
Yep.
the day, we're a community. The reason I do this in Box 3 and I'm so dedicated to Box 3 is because all of you are here in chat, in the stream. Um,
Community.
yeah, otherwise I'd be doing pubs and like regular ranked races every hour on the hour.
Yep.
I'm
LFM,
I love
iRacing.
like I appreciate every single one of you. Whether you're on track and you're frustrated at the time, if somebody costs you a position, whatever it may be, this is what I'm here for. Like this is what we are all the stewarding team is here for, is to enjoy our race and to enjoy our community. So thank all of you.
Well, and here's why I brought this up. Of course, I stepped away, so I not hear what I want to remind people I didn't. I'm not going to ask them to repeat.
Run it
I,
back tomorrow.
I guess I want to. Yeah, I'll watch it later. I guess the reason I bring this up is because we've had some incidents lately of what's up, Sword and Key. We've had some incidents lately of people who there's this idea, right? And I hate to take it this. Let's compare it to real life, whether that's political or science based, whatever it is that you guys, whatever it is somebody thinks. We've had these messages where it's like stewards are out to get me. The league doesn't want me to win, right? They're out. They're after me. They're after me. I've seen these.
It's
And
rigged.
I want to make, yeah, it's rigged. It is, right? Like, and again, to parallel it to the real world without going there,
No.
we've seen these messages where people are like, it's rigged. The stewards are after me. And I want people, I guess the reason I brought it up is because I want people to understand that every incident, it's not just retro, not just off, not, there's not this one person that sits there and says, you did wrong, right? It's literally 5, 6, 7 people who independently review an incident
Yeah.
and give a vote. Right? They're not taught like there might be a conversation about it, but they are independently making that decision.
There
And they
And
vote
with
on
that,
it.
it's with
There-
like with a set list of guidelines and rules, black and white, either yes
Yeah.
or no. You know what I mean? So it's
There-
not like we're straying about and just giving opinion based
was,
decisions.
there was an incident between me and Adam in Laguna where there might have been mitigating circumstances, but I ultimately am responsible for not tapping him, hitting him, etc. And I made it very clear to the stewarding team, no steward, admin, or otherwise is exempt from any stewarding decision.
Of course not.
Nope.
Whenever a steward or an admin, including like Anderson this week, got a +10, um, we are excluded from that whole discussion. The
Yep.
incident gets posted, and then that person, if they are part of the admin stewarding team, they get removed, and then the admins and stewards discuss it, and then they deal with their evaluation. And I was very adamant, and I was like, I want to get a penalty. Ultimately, regardless of whatever happened ahead of him, it is my responsibility not to hit him. And I want to be an example of racecraft. So sometimes it fails. I'm human. And we all in the stewarding team, all of us in the admin team, because Ando wants to kill somebody in the bus stop. But we all strive. We
I'll
I
all.
don't
plead
know.
the
Gunn
fifth.
said the stewards literally sent Anderson to kill me like he's a hitman. Number 47 coming after you.
We are all here just to like make this process like great, and like we all want to know from you what we could do better.
Yeah, and again, that's why I brought this up is specifically because I wanted to address this idea that the stewards have it out for me. Everyone's at. Oh, like putting team their decision in vote. Right? They all give a ticky box on Discord.
Yep.
Yep, that's a penalty, or
Ticky
nope,
box.
or you know what,
Everybody
that's
gets a
not a
vote.
penalty. And so it's not this conspiracy, not this thing of
Nope.
someone's after you. And to Retro's point, whether it's him, whether it's myself, if I participate in a race, whether it's Huff, if there's a steward that's involved in an incident, guess what?
They're out.
They don't get a vote.
Nope.
Yeah.
They're
Hey, and in
removed
my
from that
opinion, like I
process.
rule on them more harshly because you should be the example. I'm like mistakes happen.
Exactly.
Understand that humans, whatever. Unfortunately, but like I
Absolutely.
expect their standards to be higher than the average.
The
Yeah.
one thing that I ask people is to please read the guidelines. I have
100%.
found very recent examples that people do not read the rules. Please read the rules. When I say section 4 point whatever, read it. Please do. It's available, it's right there. And if you feel like there's something unfair about the guidelines, please bring it up because this is an organism. We're evolving and we want to get better. We want to get more efficient. So if you see something that you have a better idea, whether you're a steward, an admin, a driver, or just a spectator, come up, say something. We can. Louis Ricard can't read.
Guys, I apologize, but I am going to have to cut this short. I am going to have to end this show, and I apologize for that. But thank you guys so much for not just for tonight, but for an entire year of fantastic sim racing at Box 3. As I said, this will be my last show of 2023. Off Retro, you guys are welcome to come back. Obviously, next week. This show, it's not my show. Again, I
What about me?
apologize for cutting this off so short, but I have an emergency I got to go deal with. But I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all of you here. Anderson, you included on audio over there. Fife, you as well, that have worked so hard to build this community over the last 2 years. So that's my New Year's wish, is that we continue to grow and we continue to do great things as a community. And that's not to just thank these guys here. That's to thank all the admins, the directors, the managers, stewards, the broadcasters. Well, that's to thank the drivers. Each and every one of you. You guys show out and
Yeah.
drive, because without you guys showing out to drive, guess what? We don't have a race league, right? So again, thank you to everybody. Please, guys, have yourselves a wonderful Christmas, a great New Year. I thank everybody. And you're all fantastic people. And let's keep it going into last comments, gentlemen.
Happy holidays and ditto to pretty much everything, dude.
Hey,
Happy
if anybody,
Kwanzaa.
if anyone wants to do some ovals, I'll be around.
We are going to do ovals. Don't worry. We got ovals coming up in January with the league on Iris.
Lots of
Thank you
news
again,
coming
folks.
up.
A ton of stuff.
Stay
Stick
tuned.
with us, folks. Have yourselves a great New Year. Happy Christmas. Happy holidays. Whatever you got going on. And we will all speak to you in the new year. Stick around, because we're not going anywhere. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.